Hey everybody, and welcome back to Wellness and Us. You know that feeling you get when something just seems off? Our bodies do that too. Except instead of engine trouble, we get symptoms. And while not every ache and pain is a reason to panic, some unusual symptoms are definitely worth paying attention to. So, on today's episode, we're diving headfirst into 10 unusual symptoms you really shouldn't ignore.
First up, we've got that all-too-familiar feeling, the persistent cough. You get a little tickle in your throat, and it feels like it's never gonna end. But if that cough sticks around longer than your in-laws after the holidays, it might be time to check in with your doctor. We're talking about a cough that just won't quit, folks. A persistent cough could be a sign of something more serious going on in your lungs, or even your heart. So, if you've got a cough that's overstayed its welcome, don't ignore it.
Next up, we're tackling a symptom that might sound appealing at first, the sudden weight loss. Now, I know what you're thinking, sign me up. But trust me, folks, this isn't the kind of weight loss you want. We're talking about unexplained, rapid weight loss that seems to come out of nowhere. This could be a sign of a whole bunch of things, from thyroid issues to, well, let's just say it's always best to get this one checked out. Remember, folks, when it comes to weight loss, slow and steady wins the race.
Alright, let's talk headaches. Frequent headaches, especially the kind that make you feel like your head is in a vice, could be a sign of something more serious going on upstairs. If they're becoming a regular occurrence, it's worth getting checked out.
Okay, who else feels like they could sleep for a week straight? Don't worry, you're not alone. But there's a difference between feeling tired and feeling constantly exhausted. We're talking about the kind of fatigue that follows you around like a shadow, no matter how much sleep you get. If this sounds familiar, it's worth having a chat with your doctor. Unexplained fatigue can be a sign of a bunch of different things, from anemia to diabetes to heart disease. So, if you're feeling more like a zombie than a human, don't ignore it.
Alright, let's talk about our largest organ, our skin. It's our first line of defense against the outside world. We are talking about any unusual changes in your skin's color or texture. If you notice something new, changing, or just plain weird, it's worth getting it checked out. Remember, our skin is a reflection of our overall health.
Okay, let's be real, none of us love feeling short of breath. But if simple everyday activities are leaving you breathless, it's worth getting checked out. Shortness of breath can be a sign of a whole bunch of things, from heart and lung conditions to anemia.
Alright, let's talk fever. We all know the drill. You feel hot, you get chills, you basically turn into a human burrito under a mountain of blankets. But while a fever is usually nothing to worry about, a persistent fever is a different story. We're talking about a fever that just won't quit, even after a few days. A persistent fever could be a sign of a more serious infection or even something else entirely.
Alright, let's talk about everyone's favorite topic, abdominal pain. Whether it's a dull ache, a sharp stabbing sensation, or a feeling like your stomach is doing somersaults, abdominal pain is never fun. But while most stomach aches are nothing to worry about, persistent or severe abdominal pain is a different story. If you're experiencing this kind of pain, it's important to get it checked out.
Okay, have you ever noticed your ankles or feet looking a little puffy? Maybe your rings are feeling a little snug. Swelling, especially in your lower limbs, can be a sign that something's not quite right with your circulation. We're talking about swelling that just won't quit, even after putting your feet up. If you notice persistent swelling, it's worth getting checked out.
Last but not least, let's talk about our eyes. Our vision is precious, and any changes to it should never be ignored. We're talking about any sudden blurriness, double vision, seeing floaters or flashes of light, you name it. If your world suddenly looks like an out-of-focus movie, don't just reach for your old glasses. Get those peepers checked out by a professional.
Well, folks, there you have it. 10 unusual symptoms you definitely shouldn't ignore. So listen to those whispers, pay attention to those signs, and don't be afraid to reach out to your doctor if something feels off. Before you go, give us a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and ring the bell for more health tips. Drop a comment with your thoughts and share this video with friends who need a nudge to stay healthy. We're here to help you live your happiest, healthiest life, one video at a time. Until next time, stay well, my friends.